Hey folks, how you doing? Welcome back, it's Charlie. Part 2. Paseo Luis Olveras. This is the church of the Pueblo de Los Angeles. This is a really, really beautiful church. It's the Pueblitos Catholic Church. It is... I don't know how to explain, but this is very, very important here. At least it is to us. This is the City of Los Angeles Bicentennial Historic Plaque. On September 4, 1781, 11 families of Paladores, 44 persons including children, arrived at this place from the Gulf of California to establish a pueblo which was to become the city of Los Angeles. This colonization, ordered by King Carlos III of Spain, was carried out under the direction of the governor Felipe de Neve. Not until 77 years later were the boundaries of 4 square leagues of the original pueblo formally established and confirmed to the city by the U.S. Land Commission. Notes of the U.S. Deputy Surveyor Henry Hancock recorded the survey. Commenced September 13, 1858, at the center of the plaza in front of the Catholic Church, at which point I set a post marked CLA, City of Los Angeles. This marker at the center of the original pueblo is an exact replica of the post which once marked the boundaries. The final map by Hancock was used as a design of this plaque. So here's the post. Here's the LA riverbed. This is the Arroyo Seco that goes into Pasadena. And this is the LA River off to the left. This plaque formally dedicated to the City of Los Angeles bicentennial year of 1981 by Mayor Tom Bradley, City of Los Angeles, Councilman 9th District Gilbert Lindsay, City Engineer Donald Tillman. And this is the same plaque but in Spanish. Now, during the holiday season, like Christmas time, we have what's called the posadas. The posadas are the reenactment of Mary and Joseph going from home to home, place to place, inn to inn, looking for a place to settle down because Mary was in labor. So, and they do a reenactment here. This place is filled with animals, and when I go in here, I'm going to show you, but it's going to be very, very quiet, and it is just the most beautiful place. Centro Pastor de la Placita, dedicated April 10, 1983. No se tubre el corazón, no temas, estoy aquí. Oh, my translation is terrible. Oh, they took it down. This corner right here used to be a tribute to the Virgen, and it used to have a waterfall and everything, and it had candles and... Wow, they took it down. All right, folks. So the other half of the church actually was the newer church. This is the oldest part. You saw the whole gilded wall and everything. Yeah, this place is gone under quite renovations, and this is all adobe too, and this is all a beautiful part. They did manage to clean up this place. This place used to actually, there used to be a lot of homeless people around here, especially around the back. I knew quite a few of the homeless people. I think that was the entrance to the other half of the church. It's kind of split. There's the older part to the left, and then the newer part. Exit. Oh, exit. Where's the entrance? Oh, doggone it. They have it closed. Shoot. Oh, this is... Wow. Progress shall not hold still. Okay. I can't... Okay. Wow. That kind of figures. Well, that's a freaking drag. Everywhere it seems like where there's beauty and history here in Los Angeles, it's just getting covered up. Okay. So there's the freeway. What used to be, this used to be open land. This was actually a busy street. Across the way from what you cannot see was the LA Department of Waterworks, or the City Department of Water. And they used to have, back in the day, a huge waterfall. A huge clear waterfall. And it showed the strength in the city because we were abundance in water. Water was all life-giving, so they showed the strength of the city of Los Angeles by a huge man-made waterfall, and it was fantastic. And during the 70s, when we had the water drought, they shut it down. This is all new. This looks to be something that they've been working on since the beginning of the year. Now, when you folks, for those of you that remember when I said that I had a seizure, okay, the hospital was right around that area. Not too far, but that's along the freeway on the off-ramp. All these homeless encampments. All along. You see them all along up and down the freeway. And there was, I think I'm at a bad angle. Right there. There was a movie that we had made, a science fiction movie, where there's aliens, and flying saucer, one alien spaceship gets hit by the army and crashes into the top part right there, and it knocks out the tower. That building right there, that is the LA Court. That was the first building to be retrofitted. It is on rockers and rollers. That means that when there's an earthquake, the whole building, the bottom part of the building sways side to side and to and fro. So it's pretty cool. Oh well, maybe next time. So yeah, the homeless situation here is pretty bad. That's devastating. I was kind of trying to be nonchalant and take video of them, but I didn't want to be putting it out in front of their face. Trying to give them some bit of dignity. So all this new, this is all new courtyard. I mean, not recently, but at least 10, 15, 20 years ago, I want to say. Forced removal of Mexican Americans during the Great Depression. Beginning in 1929, government authorities and certain private sector entities in California and throughout the United States undertook an aggressive program to forcibly remove persons of Mexican ancestry from the United States. Well, there you go. The first Trumper. In California alone, approximately 400,000 American citizens and legal residents of Mexico ancestry were forced to leave and go to Mexico. In total, an estimated 2 million people of Mexican ancestry were forcibly relocated to Mexico. Approximately 1.2 million of these people were United States citizens born in the United States. Throughout California, including areas in downtown Los Angeles near this monument, massive raids were conducted. Mexican-American communities. These raids targeted persons of Mexican ancestry and indiscriminately characterized these persons as illegal aliens. Even though they were United States citizens or legal residents, these raids resulted in the clandestine removal of thousands of people, many of whom were never able to return to the United States, denied their right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and the American dream in their country of birth. As publicly acknowledged by the California State Legislature in California Government Code 8722 of 2005, the state of California apologizes to those individuals that were victims of this repatriation program for the fundamental of violations of their basic civil liberties and constitutional rights committed during the period of illegal deportation that concurred immigration. Dedicated February 26, 2012, La Plaza de Cultura de Arteres. And basically this is just the same in Spanish. So see, just like the Japanese, so were the Mexicans. And the Mexicans were the first ones here in California. Just goes to show Mexicans and Indians and Native have the right. According to the Catholic Church records, approximately 693 early residents of Los Angeles were buried in this cemetery. This memorial garden honors these early residents. Words surrounding the sacred place from Spanish, English, Gabinerno, Trovanca, Quires, Juanero, Achante, Luciano, and Coahuila languages. I am part of the ground, the wind, and the air. Rest in peace. So all along right there. And the different dialects is that a church cemetery restored. The cemetery was used most actively from 1822 to 1844 by the Iglesia de Nuestra Señora de los Ángeles, La Placita Catholic Church. Since 1844, it had multiple uses, including the orchard, a storefront building, and a parking from 1960 to 2010. Historical and archaeological reports stated that the cemetery was moved and all the remains were relocated. Construction on this site was underway in 2010, when human remains were discovered. At the request of the public, work was halted in the county of Los Angeles, engaged in an extensive process, re-enter all remains following the laws and regulations of both federal and state agencies of archaeological best practices. The county and La Plaza of the Culture y Artes leadership consulted with representatives of the direct descendants of those likely buried in the cemetery, including the founders of Los Angeles, Native Americans, and with the Roman Catholic Archdiocese, Los Angeles. Through this process, the plan was developed to restore the cemetery, designed in a memorial garden, and protect this site from future development. We remember and honor those who came before us. You know, I've never come and visited this part. There's the church in its entirety. It used to be longer, but they split it in half and made a new section back there. I mean, the building is original, but that section back there is a little bit more modernized. La calle principal, the main street. Historic, la iglesia de Nuestra Señora de Los Ángeles Cemetery. Native Americans settled Los Angeles Basin thousands of years ago. Spain claimed the region in 1781, recruited shelters, the Pobladeros, from the present-day Mexican states of Sonora, to establish a pueblo in what was then a wide and fertile river valley near the Native American village of Yagan. This pueblo was the beginning of Los Angeles. The Pueblo of Los Angeles was a home to the people with a variety of backgrounds, including local and non-local Native Americans, Spaniards, and a people of mixed heritage. We remember and honor those who came before us. The earliest burial listed in church records at the Placita Church Cemetery took place on January 6, 1823. The descendant was a Native American named Jose Maria, who is recorded as being of Diguno or Kumoe origin. The last known burial of the Juan Bautista, a Native American who is recorded as being the Sierra, possibly Serrano origin, took place on November 8, 1844. The Pico House. I forgot what the Pico House is. I think that was a theater. No, that was a hotel is what it was. Alright, so I think I'm going to head back. That first statue that you saw was a very, very famous actor and singer. He was like the Tom Jones, the Burt Bacharach, the Elvis Presley, basically all rolled into one. And always with his trusty horse. Pedro Infante was another one. We used to see him not too far down here off of Broadway at the $1 Million Theater. Whenever my mom got wind that he was coming, or that any of those gentlemen, and I mean gentlemen, because a gentleman always dressed nicely, and a gentleman always had a horse, and never treated the ladies with disrespect, was admired and envied by men, but greatly admired. They were true Mexican gentlemen. Don't have those nowadays. And this park kind of reminds me of the park in Las Vegas. For Jan, a memorial park in remembrance of our medal of our honor heroes. A nation that does not honor its heroes cannot long endure. Abraham Lincoln. We and all others who believe in freedom as deeply as we do would rather die on our feet than live on our knees. Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Latin blood, Latino blood, American hearts. This site is dedicated to the Latino American heroes who received the Congressional Medal of Honor, our nation's highest award for bravery, for love of the country. They performed above and beyond the call of duty. To all medal of honor recipients. Courage and gallantry graced their deeds, and their guide was honor. Erected by Eugene Obergen, Congressional Medal of Honor, Memorial Foundation, October 2nd, 2004. Thousands. And this looks to be most recently etched. If you look, mostly of them all over our Marine Corps. In honor, homage to our Mexican-American heroes, veterans of America's wars, covered with glory. Their ideals of service provided power to America, for peace and for human dignity. Long live America during this time of such power. Dedicated May 5th, 1980, California National Guard Association. Every American officer and soldier must now console himself for any unpleasant circumstances which may have occurred, by recollection of the uncommon scenes in which he has been called to act, and the astonishing events of which he has been a witness. Events which have seldom, if ever before, taken place on the stage of human action, and for who has never before seen a disciplined army formed at once from such raw materials, who that was not a witness could imagine that the most violent local and prejudice would cease so soon. I think I read that wrong. And that men who came from different parts of the continent, strongly deposed by the habits of education, to deprise and quarrel with each other, would instantly become but a patriotic band of brothers. General Washington's farewell address to the Army. I apologize for butchering. It's kind of hard to read because it's stained. It is not given for us to know the process by which certain of us are chosen for sacrifice while others remain. We can only rest our faith in the infinite wisdom of the Supreme Being who guides our destinies. As I ponder the names of those we honor, it seems to me as if the most worthy among us are selected for separation in this way. These comrades of ours also loved life. Only yesterday their voices were heard among us as they joined in our songs, rejoiced over letters from home. They knew the nature of the risk they took, but they knew also that human progress inevitably evidentials human sacrifice. It is for us at this moment, with memory of the sacrifices of our brothers, still fresh, dedicated again in our hearts, our minds, and our bodies to the great task that lies ahead. The future of America, yes, the future conditions of all peoples rest in our hands. Brigadier Evans, Ben Evans, Forsyth Carlson, USMC, honoring his raiders who died fighting behind enemy lines on the Guadalcanal. Okay, I will be heading back. There's Union Station, so let's get this over with. You folks, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, but always take care of yourselves first. Love one another, trust one another. Wow, it's thick here. Be kind to each other, help one another. Don't take today for granted or any other day thereafter. Live for the moment, pull down your pants and slide on the ice. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up. If you like what I'm doing, period, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification button. Tell your friends and family about me, about us. Oh, like it's a secret, eh? I heard clackers, or also known as kerbangers, and I saw someone. I'm gonna have to come back and get some. I loved those things when I was a kid. First start learning them, smash the hell out of your thumbs, and then hit yourself in the face when you get it too close to your body. Yep, there's Union Station. And there's Antonio Aguilar in his glory with his gallant steed. This is Alameda. That's headed south. Men's County Jail is right behind that way. That's the Metro office tower. Ah, here's the transport. So I gotta go back and check Metro, and I think I have an idea, but I gotta double check to be sure what time the GO line starts in operation. What time I gotta catch it in order to be here by 6:50 to get the first train to Anaheim. Oh, it's gonna be a long day this Saturday. Oh wow. All right, let's get inside where there's some AC at least. It's hot out here. Whew. Oh, I can feel it. Oh yeah. You know, I did do a video here not too long ago in the holidays. This place right here is always reserved. It's always roped off. This is the old ticketing. But this place is always roped off because there's a lot of private events that come here, wedding receptions. This place is always filmed. This always doubles up as Grand Central Station in New York. So you can never go in here. But yeah, a lot of people actually rent that hall out for special events, parties, and wedding receptions. All right, my friends. Time's running out. Running low. And I will see you later. Look for the video. And I will see you in the morning. Love you all. Take care. Bye.